Hello guys, you are watching Entertainment Hub and I hope you all are fine today. Before explaining the movie, subscribe to my channel. Now we are going to explain movie named A Quiet Place, which is directed by John Krasinski, and he also played a role of survival and a father in movie. Once upon a time, in a post-apocalyptic world, humanity faced a terrifying threat. A Quiet Place delves into the lives of the Abbott family as they struggle to survive in a world overrun by blind, sound-sensitive creatures that hunt their prey with astonishing speed and ferocity. The story follows their harrowing journey through the relentless silence of their shattered world. The Abbotts communicate using sign language, as any noise, even the slightest sound, could alert the monsters to their presence. They have learned to adapt to a life of silence, using sand paths to muffle their footfalls and marking areas with red paint to indicate potential noise hazards. Months later, while exploring an abandoned store, Reagan discovers a sound-emitting toy and takes it with her. Ignorant of its danger, she gives it to Bo, who activates it, emitting a loud noise that attracts one of the creatures. In a heartbreaking moment, Bo is snatched and killed before Lee can reach him. The incident further strains the family's dynamic, as Evelyn mourns the loss of her youngest child. Reagan becomes withdrawn and alienated from her father, and Marcus lives in constant fear. Despite their grief, the Abbotts must push forward to protect themselves and survive in this treacherous world. Their house is filled with carefully arranged soft materials and soundproof spaces to minimize the risk of being heard. The family carries the burden of grief and guilt from the tragic loss of Bo, their youngest son, on an earlier scavenging trip. Reagan, who is deaf, blames herself for her brother's death, believing her inability to hear warnings led to the tragedy. As time passes, the family faces numerous challenges. Evelyn becomes pregnant, and they must prepare for the arrival of a new baby in absolute silence. Lee tirelessly works on creating a cochlear implant device for Reagan to help restore her hearing, hoping it will strengthen their chances of survival. Reagan feels compelled to repair her fractured relationship with her father, and they share a poignant moment when she finally forgives him for Bo's death. In a turning point, Reagan realizes that the feedback produced by the cochlear implant can disrupt the creatures, exposing them to a vulnerable state. She develops a plan to amplify the sound using the device's microphone, intending to exploit the creature's weakness. The family prepares for a final confrontation. On the day Evelyn is due to give birth, catastrophe strikes when Evelyn goes into labor and steps on a rusty nail, causing her to scream in pain. The creatures descend upon their home, forcing the family to fight for their lives. With Reagan's ingenious plan, they manage to momentarily incapacitate the creatures, providing a brief respite. Lee sacrifices himself to save his children, drawing the creatures away from them. In a climactic battle, Evelyn and her children manage to kill the creatures pursuing them and survive the night. They reunite at the farmhouse, devastated by the loss of Lee but determined to carry on. Months pass, and Evelyn and her children have transformed their home into a refuge. Reagan takes on the responsibility of completing her father's work, further developing the cochlear implant's potential as a weapon against the creatures. The family finds solace in their shared love and resilience, vowing to honor Lee's memory as they continue to navigate the treacherous world that remains.